In this screencast, I will walk you through our syllabus for BUSA 215, our information science class. My name is Shelley Moore. My office is located in the multi-purpose building. This is on the Nampa campus, and my office is directly above the library. That building is behind that classroom building, so that gives you an idea. I will have office hours for students on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 till noon. I am also in the office most of the day, usually on Friday, but I do have meetings that pop up, so just let me know if you're planning to come by and I will make time for you. And there's my email address as well as my phone number. I'm going to go through this document fairly quickly because I know you can read on your own. I'm just going to hit the main points, but here's our course description. Primarily, we will be covering Microsoft Office products. We'll be covering Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. That's where we'll spend the majority of our time, but we will look at a couple other programs as well. This class is fully online, and it is a 16-week course that begins on August 24th and ends December 17th. In this class, we will be specifically focusing on Office 2013. You do have to have Office 2013 if you're going to work from a personal computer to complete most of the assignments that we will have. There are some exceptions to that. We do have computer labs on all of our other campuses, so if you need to get to another computer, those are available for you. They are open till 10 on most weeknights, and they are open on Saturday for several hours as well. Unless you are a new student this fall, computer literacy applies to you. If you're a business student, you have to take this class just for your degree requirement. Anyone else can meet the computer literacy requirement by taking this class as well. You could also take the CSA exams, you can take CISA 101, things like that. If you have any questions about computer literacy, please just let me know. I do expect you to have a basic understanding of computers going in. I'm not going to teach you how to save files, where to find files, how to necessarily search the internet, things like that. So if you do struggle with that, you might need an earlier computer class, and just let me know if you are concerned about basic computer skills. This next section of the syllabus has all of our course objectives, and I'm not going to go through all of these outcomes, but you can read through the different things that we are going to cover in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access, and at the very end we will hit a little bit of website creation, which is kind of fun. The textbook we are using is the Go book. The author is Gaskin, and we're using the 2013 edition. You do not have to have the physical textbook if you don't want. The e-text is available, and the trainings do a really, really good job. So I find some students just don't feel like they need the textbook at all. It's completely up to you, and if you have any questions about that, let me know. We will be using My IT Lab through Pearson to do a lot of our homework. So these have the trainings, they have the quizzes, they have our weekly grader projects, which is just a set of instructions, and then you complete a document and then turn that in. Now I do want to make you very aware, for any of you that are Mac users, the Mac computers only have Office 2011 on them, and that is not Office 2013. It is different. So in order to do the simulations as well as the grader projects, you cannot do those on a Mac. You'll either need to go to campus or find someone else that has a Windows-based computer with Office 2013 on it. The only other thing is make sure that you have Access on your computer. Access isn't included in the cheaper editions, like the home edition of Office, things like that. So make sure that Access is included in what you purchased. If you do have Office 365, Access should be included. And we were able to find a place for students to get all of the Office suite for free, and you can find that link right here. So if you do not have Office 2013 on your computer currently, you can go ahead and click on that and download it for free. Once again, I mentioned this also in the schedule screencast, but not having something installed on your computer is not an excuse for missing an assignment. It is your responsibility to make sure you have the right tools to complete the assignments for this class. Now, we will be doing Microsoft Office Specialist exams. These are exams that are from Microsoft. You will have a transcript from Microsoft, and you will complete the Word and the Excel exams as part of this class. Now, these exams do have to be taken at a CWI testing center. These cannot be taken anywhere else for the price that we have. So as you purchased this class, it included 3 exams, which we will talk about more. And those are the exams that you can take at our testing center. You can take MOS exams somewhere else, but it will cost you $100 a piece for those exams. So you're getting a great deal as a CWI student. You're only getting them for $12 a piece. The main tests that you do have to complete are Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. Those 4 exams you do have to complete with a 70% or better in order to pass the class. Now, Access and Power, actually all of these exams, you have lots of attempts on. I'm not just going to test you once and then, if you didn't pass it, you fail. So you have more attempts on these exams, and you'll see that come up as we go. So please don't be overly concerned about that, but you do have to work hard enough to get a 70% on all 4 of those exams. Now here's the rest of my grading policy. Traditional A, B, C, D, F, 90 to 100% at A, and so on. Your grades are weighted, so tests and quizzes are worth 50%, homework is worth 30%, and projects are worth 20%. Okay, you will find all of your assignments in Blackboard. You'll find the whole schedule in Blackboard, and then you'll find all the assignments in the gradebook inside my IT lab as well. So like I mentioned, we will be using Blackboard and my IT lab. The other one we'll also be using is Geometrics, and so that was where we'll practice for the MOS exams and things like that. I already mentioned my office hours. Communication with me, there's the Ask the Instructor forum. This is a great place for you to ask a question that maybe a lot of other students have as well. So I'll be checking that discussion board probably about every other day, and I'll try and communicate there really well. So there's the discussion board. Email is one of the best ways to get a hold of me. I know students appreciate communication from the instructor. I always try and answer my emails within 24 hours. Typically, it's actually within just a couple of hours. I try and stay on top of my email to help you guys out. We don't really have absences in this class since it's online. But late assignments, once again, late assignments are not accepted, so just make sure you have everything in by that due date. Social networking, I don't add students to my social networking sites except for LinkedIn. So if you want to connect with me there, I'm happy to do that. Remember that this is an online class, so most of what we do is going to be through text. So as you write something, either in a discussion board or a blog, always reread it and think of it in a different tone. Make sure that it sounds the way you intended for it to sound. If you have any kind of sarcasm, make sure you're using the emotion icons, smiley face, or different things like that, because we don't want to have any miscommunication. We want to make sure we're saying what we mean to say. Course expectations. This class is not self-study. Things will come up weekly. You are expected to get in throughout the week. The expectation at CWI is that you set aside 3 to 4 hours per week for each credit. This is a 3-credit course, so you would be expected to spend 9 to 12 hours each week in preparation and completion for this class. Assignments we kind of went through. Record keeping, make sure that you are checking your grades. Your grades will show up in Blackboard, and your grades will also show up in my IT lab. Make sure your grades are accurate. If a grade goes uncontested for 2 weeks, it will be considered permanent. So if you do have a question or something doesn't seem right, make sure you just let me know right away, and we'll look into it and make sure things are the way they should be. Behavioral expectations, I just expect everyone to be courteous and nice to everyone else in class. Hopefully conduct is an issue. It isn't usually, but just make sure that we are courteous to the people around us. Academic dishonesty. Make sure you are doing your own work. So I run into this a lot, actually, in this class, because students feel like sometimes they can either search for assignments or find someone else in class who's done this class before, they find someone who's done this class in the past and copy their assignments, things like that. Here's the thing. In my IT lab, it knows when you've submitted someone else's assignment, and it flags it, and I know that, and I will contact you, and you will get a 0 if you turn in someone else's assignment. So please don't attempt that. Just make sure you are doing your own work. You're paying for this class. I want you to get as much out of this class as you possibly can, which means you have to do your own work. The other thing with academic dishonesty is watch yourself when you're writing your research paper. It can be really easy to plagiarize, and I don't want that to happen to you. So the Writing Center is around to help you with that, and we'll talk about that as it comes up. But if you are going to use another author's ideas, just make sure you've said that those were someone else's ideas. You can't take those ideas as your own. And we, of course, don't have emergency procedures for this class. That's the end of this screencast. If you have any questions or concerns about it, please just feel free to send me an email, and I am happy to discuss it with you.